Hello everybody, welcome back to The Occupation. So, last time I left off, I reset my game. Because I had made zero progress over the course of 40 or so minutes. And, time crunch was closing in, I had no time to do anything, so... This time, I'm coming back in. I know what I have to do, I know the password to the computer. Which means I can get in there, immediately start pulling data. So I actually need to find a floppy drive early, but, it's all in there. It's something to take care of. Just gotta remember how to play this game now. It's like my watch just came off by accident. I don't even know how I did that. My real life watch, not the watch in the game. Anyway, yes. Oh, come on. How did that... I need to get a new band for this thing. This thing is falling apart at the seams. I swear to God. Okay. Let's hop to it.
Apparently, security is tight in the meta center, so your second meeting might be a little harder. Try and give yourself another hour to prepare if you have the time. Alex Dubois worked for Chance Crow, so find out what he knows. Don't let me down.
I'll try not to. Oh, I didn't even know this was here. Well, now this... I don't have a cassette. So let's see what's in here, shall we? Huh. Seems to be nothing? Curious. There's nowhere to go in here. It's just an open vent in the ground. Alrighty. No good timing on that.
Harvey, as you know, we've had lots of people calling up Gale and claiming they have information on who caused the explosion at the Bowman-Carson building. We had one just a few minutes ago which seems to hold some weight. A family member of one of the workers killed in the explosion mentioned that they were at a tour this morning where you are right now. Have you seen any evidence of this? If you can find any evidence at all of a cover-up, please keep it with you. Again, it seems very conspiracy theory, but you never know. Chat soon.
Gotcha. Alright, so now... Put him in the briefcase. Note. What year was Touring Sports Champions established? Actually, I'll just take this. I know that one. That one's like 1980 something. It's right over here. 1888. Alright, let's see. Can I get upstairs? Yeah. Let's go to the ground floor. Alright, gotta work quickly. I know Lurch is the password.
If these toffs took 10% less money than they do now, then we'd be able to sort the whole bloody place.
Just, Yeah, you are early today. How about that? Okay, let's see if I can... Oh, that's locked.
It's a heavy topic, Steve. How many grinks have you actually seen robbing or vandalism?
New clue. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Wait, no, I have this, don't I? 2202. Shit. Shit! God damn it! Okay. Hold on a second. Don't mind me, I'm just, oh, boy. Ooh, it's been a week, can you tell? Ooh. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. I just started this game. I'm just starting going back into it. You know, I haven't been playing for 8 minutes. I'm just getting back into it. I completely forgot about the door codes though. Like, I know. Thank you. If you could go.
Apparently,
There we go.
security is tight in the meta center, so your second meeting might be a little harder. Try and give yourself another hour to prepare if you have the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex Dubois worked for Chance Crow, so find out what he knows. Don't let me down.
There's got to be something in here, right? There has to be something behind this vent. But I don't see anything. Michael's lunchbox. I didn't even notice that. A tape. Coop X. Well, I'm glad I restarted because I would have missed that completely.
Scarlet, I'm not sure if you're ever going to get this. Part of me hopes you won't. Maybe
Hello, Sage Nido. Welcome, or Sage Nido. I'm not sure how to
maybe I'll be
say that.
I can hear the drilling, but they've got no idea I'm down here. I've been shouting for hours. Scarlet, I'm scared. What I wouldn't give to see my baby girl's first tooth drop out. Look, I don't want to end on it. I think Charles Bowman had some role in this. I don't know. I don't even know. Look.
Ah, okay. Oh, I thought...
I don't want to believe that this could be true, but please just go and speak to him and find out what you can.
Oh, I thought that was an A, because the angle my screen's at.
I don't know how to say goodbye. Just give the kids my love, and I'll pray I'll be with you soon. I love you.
Yeah, I thought it was Saga, not Sage Nido. That makes more sense, if you think about it. Okay, let's... Oh, phone call. Forgot about that part.
Harvey, as you know, we've had lots of people calling up Gale and claiming they have information on who caused the explosion at the Bowman Carson building. We had one just a few minutes ago which seems to hold some weight. A family member of one of the workers killed in the explosion
makes sense.
mentioned that they were at a tour this morning where you are right now. Have you seen any evidence of this?
Nope.
If you can find any evidence at all of a cover-up, please keep it with you. Again, it seems very conspiracy theory, but you never know. Chat soon.
Alright, let's go. Speed run this. Audition tape. Put that in the briefcase. Let's Go, 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 go. Gotta move, gotta move. There we go. There we go. Upstairs. Alright, the key is 2202.
Fixing a bloody mine, there's hard work.
Alright.
That's your lot. If these toffs took 10% less money than they do now,
2202. There we go. Alright, note. Alright, new clue. Note here. Empty paper.
how many grids have you actually seen robbing?
There's an itinerary.
No.
It's a pneumatic tube. Nothing in the tube, though. Magazine. Bowman interview.
If you do want the best here, then put down the bloody thing.
Okay, nothing in the bin. Crumpled note.
That's another one. All the guys.
Devil Dave. I'll take this, because why not? Headshot? Oh, it's a picture of him. Cherokee Flyers. Miller book. Nothing. But there's an ID card here, which I have now. Thank you. Okay, let's get up here. Okay, I can't get in there yet, but I can go through this. Silhouette office. Floppy disk, I'll take that. Your kitten keeps eating beans? Audition tape. Right, I go through here. Why is your kitten eating beans? Why does your kitten have access to beans? Okay, what do we got? There's a thing in here. Bowman interview. There's the letter. Ah, damn it, I need to put that one down. And the love letter number 4. Right, and it was, in the bass, 3 points to mine. Ah, I see. So it's your beans. Alright, let's put this in. Password is Lurch. Oh, that's logging in.
What are you doing here? No, I don't want to answer. No, you listen. I'm not telling you what's in my steak. Oh, forget it.
I'm looking for the nuclear weapon.
Wow, okay. Thieving cat.
For the nuclear weapon.
Mr. Miller.
Oop, gotta get in here now.
What's up?
It's down here again. I don't remember this being particularly important. Can I not? There we go. Nothing. Okay, gotta... Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna try and get some progress done this time. I'll view my dossier once I get up to that floor again. I gotta steal Crow's card while I have the option, too. Spinning bass point towards number 3. Galaxy the access site.
No. That's safe. Watch out. It might be called. I hit the report and say.
Okay. Get into this. DSC.
Yeah.
Reminder. Received. Investigation.
Don't go up there. It's not safe.
Let's see. How about reminder? Wait, no. Is it DSC? Maybe? Let me put this on the floppy drive. I'm currently...
Over there.
What?
Hey, what are you doing?
What? Okay. That was bullshit. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Doodly-doo. Anyway, what is happening in this game is I am attempting to investigate what was effectively like a bomb going off in a building, and it's causing a whole bunch of political ramifications in England in like 1980s-ish. So I'm an investigative reporter, and I'm like sneaking through the building, trying to find information, trying to steal data from whoever in order to get stuff, that sort of thing. I think that floppy disk was for a different lead, but I don't remember. God damn it, I'm really annoyed by that. I wish I could save state so I could do this a little easier without having to run around all the time. But yeah, it's effectively a stealth game.
So your second meeting might be a little harder.
It's effectively a stealth
Try
game.
and give yourself another hour to
The
prepare
main
if
gimmick of the
you
game is that every minute in the game is a real minute in real life. So,
find out what he
like, if
knows.
I spend 2 minutes doing something, it's 2 minutes in real time. So, for example, I just wasted about 10-15 minutes on doing that stuff. Okay, where's that lunchbox at? There's the tape. Is that something? No. No, it's not. Yeah, maybe, but it's more of a... It's just a stealth game, really. Like, it does kind of
Harvey,
have
as you know,
amnesia-ish
we've had lots
vibes
of
to
people
it.
calling up Gale and claiming they have information on who caused the explosion at the
Can I save? No.
Bowman Carson building. We had one just a few minutes ago, which seems to hold some weight. A family member of one of the workers killed in the explosion mentioned that they were at a tour this morning where you are right now. Have you seen any evidence of this?
Nah.
If you can find any evidence at all of a cover-up, please keep it with you. Again, it seems very conspiracy theory, but you never know. Chat soon.
Yep, sure, sounds good. Alright, so first I'm going to go in here. Take this. There's nothing over that way I can grab yet. So I'm going to go up. Hey guys, what's up? Don't mind me. Actually, there's the vent right here I can just sneak through, isn't there? So I can just slip in here. There's a clue. Let's see. I need a... give me that tape. Crumpled note. Doomsday. Some clues. ID card. Blue level. I thought there was another thing in here, but I guess there wasn't. Okay, where's the exit again? Right there. Note. Card in my lock, in some guy's locker, huh? Okay. Oh yeah, that would be... A horror game of this game would be rough. Like, really.
What are you doing here? No, I don't want to.
I'll catch you later.
I think there was a horror game with that sort of thing, too, come to think of it. Okay, point of interest. There we go. Office computers turned on. .5801 for safe code. Uh-oh. I can't get out of here. I see. Oh, I actually can't get out of here, I think. Oh, I can't get out. Damn it. Oh, I see. I'm locked in here if I do this. Okay, let's get out of here first. I gotcha. So, turning on the power locks the door behind me, makes a lot of noise, but also it's the only way to access a bunch of the data that's in there. Good to know. Okay, let's open this up first. I know I can get through the attic, but I don't think there's any benefit to turning the power on in here. Let's see, Bowman interview. Oops, I wanted that. Wanted that love letter thing. Okay, got that now. God, what was the code again? First, let's get over here. Lurch. Whoops. Back out.
No, you listen.
5801.
Telling you what's in my safe.
Gotta wait for 2 minutes.
No.
I was safe.
I think he's gonna wake up in a second.
Watch out. It might fall. I hid the report in the safe. You got me. Yeah.
Save this to that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a horror game that has a heartbeat monitor thing.
Can't live. Can't live with this. Don't go over there. It's not safe. Get down.
Oh, what? He's walking around. He wasn't doing that before. Seconds. Oh, he's not walking around. What?
Not sure if it's anything.
Mr. Miller.
I'm just checking something out.
What are you doing here? No, I don't want to answer.
No, you listen. I'm not telling you what's in my safe. Forget it.
Okay.
No. I'm safe.
Can't get through that, but I can't get through this. There we go. Let's see, clock points to 3, so it's through the door over there, I want to say. And I gotta go back and get that floppy drive in a minute. Some more audition tapes for the security guards' auditions. Oh, Steve's there. Oh, it might be down there, actually. But I can't get down there easily, so I gotta go back around to Chance Crow's office first. Pick up my floppy disk. Oh, wait, I bet I know what I need to get. I probably need to get the thing that says, delete the email from the itinerary or whatever. Okay. Was not expecting that, but sure. That's probably more important than whatever that other code was that was on that thing.
I hid the report in the safe.
You got me.
Yeah.
Okay, well this thing's open by now, so... Turn dial. Turn handle.
Can't live. Can't live with myself. Don't go over there. It's not safe. Get down.
Take that. Let him back. Nothing here. Okay. So probably reminder. Okay. All right. That's all the files. Let me take that out.
Don't go over there. That's safe. Head down.
Okay. So that takes care of everything up here. Next up, I have to get into El Bathos. Which is through here. Oh, hey, a tape. Oh, it opens up everything. Got it. Here we are, the incident site. Oh yeah, Spellbreak's the new one, the new Battle Royale that's on the Epic Store, right? Okay. I've heard a lot of people like it a lot. I played the beta for it and I wasn't too big a fan of it, so that's just me personally. My current game of choice when I'm doing just regular shit is Hades. That game is fire. Got a vinyl and a floppy disk. Metacenter risk assessment. Okay, let me take this one real quick. Put down the thing. Add floppy disk. Pick up that one. Okay. Now, how do I get through this door? I've already checked out the safe. Thank you, though. How do I... Oh, wait. Oh, god damn it. The shutter button's in there, but how do I get into this room? Let's see. There's the thing for the public printer. It's down. What does that say? Allie's temp office, room 50. There doesn't seem to be any kind of other way into there. Guess I'll check out room 50. That's my only other clue. Okay. Good. I am not, no. Oh, thank God nobody saw me. Oh, this is a staff-only area. I didn't even notice that. Okay. God, okay. Okay, I think one of these lockers has something, right? Maybe it wasn't one of these lockers, maybe it wasn't one of the other ones. Okay. Jeez. Weird question. Probably Munster is a good one for like just eating. Also a good option is let's see. Meta Center, parking garage, stock room, Mina Murphy's office. Munster, I like good Gruyere on occasion. So 1888. Can I get into this room?
Access denied.
Okay.
Please enter PIN. Code accepted. Access granted.
Oh God, what's her code? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. God. Okay, what do I do with this? Emails, documents, DSC. Okay, that's the mysterious document that's just on all of them, I guess. Oh, hello. Oh, that's how I came in here. I didn't even notice. Oh, pager. Phone call. Public phone 1648. So 1 minute. Okay. Gotta find... There's gotta be a way to get into that print room, but I don't know what it is. I guess I gotta stick by the thing here real quick. Bree's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Personally. Weird question, though. Not just gotta say. Okay, so I got into this room, but how do I... Stock room. There's the guys there. There it is.
Harvey, in one of Alex Dubois' interview tapes, he mentions that every computer in the Meta Center has an encrypted document called Silhouette, which can be used as a key for something. I didn't quite follow what he meant, but I believe that it will be a good starting point to open some leads. Try and get onto a computer and print a document called DSC. Once you have the document printed, fax it across to me. I'll be in touch if I find anything else.
Okay, but how? I got the file, but how do I get into the fucking print room? Hey, dude.
Hey. Okay, that has to be something.
What has to be something? There's nothing. Okay, there's the safe. I need to figure out how to get into the print room. That's the only thing I'm missing. I guess I can also just break into here real quick while he's not around. Allison Whitworth's office. Data corruption. There's a server room there. Oh, wait. Didn't want that. Okay, which room is this? I don't think I have the code for this room. 87... 0087? It is. Okay. There we go. What? Okay, that's... No. Give me that floppy drive back. Hello, logins. Lurch, Yahtzee, and Texit. Alright, so if I do this... Nice, it blew the fuses. It's perfect. Nope, nothing at all, Steve. Just you be on your merry little way there. Oh my god. A lot of files in there. It's not going to do me any good. It's a database file. Oh, I see. So let's swap those floppy disks. Mud. Okay, close that. It's the server rooms. I need... Maybe this will work?
Floppy disk
Nope.
detected.
Let me go back to the staff locker rooms. How did I get in here again? It was like over here or something. How did I get in here? I was down here. Swimming baths pointing towards 3. Might as well go through here since it connects to the baths. Here we are. So, clock point towards 3. Why does it say that? What does clock point towards 3 mean? Basement servers are that way. Maybe at 15 minutes? That doesn't seem right, though. Hello. Cooling units. This goes into the servers.
Floppy disk attention. Floppy disk.
I think I have a card that can get me in here. No, I don't. I need a red, or maybe Chance Crows would work?
Floppy disk detected.
Yeah, what does?
Attention. Floppy disk corrupted. Use data doctor to amend corrupted disk.
Oh. So if I go through here, it corrupts the floppy disks. I see. Good to know. At least now I know the path back as well. I'm learning the ins and outs of this building as I go through it. Okay. Crap, where was she again? Yeah, I understand now how it works, but I also still don't have the goddamn print thing working.
How do I compare
Hello again. How are you?
Doing alright, and you?
Hi.
One of you guys, please just fix the fucking fuses or something. Did I? What? Oh! I can slip through this. I didn't even notice. Can I get through here? Thank you. Okay, nothing to interact with over here. Nothing to interact with over here. Yeah, there's no reason to be back there. No reason at all. Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Oh, the fuse boxes are out. God damn it. How do I... Call journalists to translate all meeting running scheduled 17:30. Don't forget to set alarm. God damn it. Did I fuck myself? Okay, so I got 2 floppy disks there. Lost ID card. Music, don't push. Fuse will blow. Public print new. We'll get Marlin to fix. Maybe I have to talk to Marlin? He's on break in the baths right now. I can go find him. He's up there playing the harmonica, I think, still. There's a bunch of stuff going on here that I don't know where it is. Let me look at that. How's my itinerary, actually? When is my meeting? 17:30. So I have 30 minutes, roughly. Let's see, love letter 1. Can I get you to fix the fuses, Marlowe, please? Ah, no, I can't. Oh. Missing interview tape. I'm still missing the missing interview tape. Which one is it? Well, there's a tape thing here, so I'll just play it while he's here. Why not?
So,
Do you mind if I smoke?
go ahead. So, let's start at the beginning, shall we? What can you tell me about Alex Dubois?
What would you like to know?
I hope.
Perhaps we should start with how he was able to gain access to a restricted part of your facility and detonate a device killing several people. I know you're used to being on the other side of the table. I get it. The quicker you give me what I need, the quicker...
Look, Mr. Dubois was difficult. Well, you've read the papers, you know the stories. I'm not sure you're going to get anything useful from me.
But you knew him. You spoke with him beforehand.
As an employee, yes.
Indulge me, Mr. Bowman. Pretend I know nothing.
Please, call me Charles.
Well, we have it on record that you spoke with Mr. Dubois 1 week before the incident.
Maybe it's number 3?
When we looked, we couldn't find the interview session with him.
Well, it should be there. We log all activities without question. Perhaps you should speak to Sarah Smith in accounts about it.
Well, we did. She told us the same.
Well, there you have it.
You have no idea where it could have gone?
This is as worrying to me as it is to you, I'm sure.
You still haven't answered my question. How did Mr. Dubois get into a restricted area?
The police report said that he probably stole another worker's keycard.
Whose?
I have no idea, I'm afraid. He was a member of our tech department, and he was a very skilled employee, so...
Don't you find that a little convenient?
What's that supposed to mean? What exactly is it that you think I have to do with this, detective?
Look, you detained and then extradited an employee's family and then denied him the right to see them. What exactly did you think was going to happen? Perhaps not this, but you had to expect something, surely. Did Mrs. Carson see it coming? Is that why you fired her?
Alright, let's do number 2.
I didn't fire Scarlet. For God's sake, don't bring her into this.
Well, we've already spoken to her. Are you worried about what she may have said?
I have to say, Detective, these are cheap tactics. Like you said, I'm used to being on that side of the table.
Okay, that's fair. But you must admit it looks very suspicious from the outside.
Well, that's the benefit of being on the inside, isn't it? I don't need to speculate because I know my staff.
Just like you knew Mr. Dubois.
Scarlett isn't involved.
And yet she tells me that she knew Mr. Dubois, that she spoke to him 1 week before the attack.
Well, that's nothing out of the ordinary. He worked here.
But she spoke with him about you. About the last conversation you had with him. Apparently, Mr. Carson was supposed to deal with his case, wasn't he?
Look, Michael and I shared workloads. That's nothing out of the ordinary. Work picks up in one department and we share the slack. I can't see why she would have felt the need to mention that.
You're the godparent to her children, aren't you?
Where's this going, Detective?
Let's see what happens on tape 4.
Well, here's where I'm getting lost, Mr. Bowman. Mrs. Carson tells me that she did talk to you about Alex Dubois, that he'd come to her asking for help, and that you knew how unstable he was.
I had no way of knowing what was in his mind.
Didn't you trust Scarlett's opinion?
It's not like that. We haven't agreed on many things for a long while now. I had no reason to think there was anything wrong, because Scarlett overreacts to most conversations we have.
And that's why you don't work together anymore?
She doesn't work here because her interests were different from that of the company's, and it was becoming far too present in the workplace.
So, she was a sympathizer?
Something like that, yes.
Was she involved with Mr. Dubois?
I couldn't tell you.
But do you think she was? To the best of your knowledge, did she have anything to do with the attack?
Honestly, I don't think she's capable of something so terrible. That being said, I didn't think Alex was either, so how wrong can you be?
Well, I don't suppose this will matter once she's sold all of her shares. She doesn't seem to want anything more to do with the Union Act or the Bowman Carson facility.
What do you mean by that?
She didn't tell you? Michael left his share of the company to Scarlett. That, along with her 5% share, makes her the controlling factor, doesn't it?
I doubt very much that that's the case. Michael and I had an agreement, and Scarlett hasn't received the will yet, so I'm sure she'll be in for a surprise when she does.
I don't know. She seems very confident.
If that's all, Detective, I think you've taken up quite enough of my time.
Thank you for all of your time. We may be in touch again if anything else comes up, Mr. Bowman, so keep the diary free.
Interesting. Very interesting. But also, I just noticed the clock's pointing to this. When the hand points to 3, places it in that room right there. I don't know. Is there someone in there? Should put it someplace around. No. Where is it? Hand points to 3. Wait a second. Wait, what? Hold on, what? Where's hands? Getting nowhere again. Love letter number 4. Your heart's final test, a true point in time. The clock and the bats at 3 points to mine. add 3 points to my heart. $3 Son of a bitch. Well, I found something. That's something.
Amy, I love you. Amy, it's true. And when I'm next to you, I don't feel blue. When we're together, time just stands still. And I want to ask you, so I think I will. Will you go to dinner? Dinner with me?
The truth, does it?
Look, I just want to get to the bottom of all this, simple or complicated. I want to close the book on it and move on.
We do want the same thing. Look, Scarlett thinks I'm a racist. She blames me for most things these days. She's far too detached from the reality of things.
Are you a racist, Mr. Bowman?
I believe in what I'm doing. Quite frankly, I don't care how you perceive that.
So you believe in arresting, how did the Turing Post put it, Grints, for the security of the nation?
I hate that word. And the Turing Post, for that matter.
But you don't hate immigrants?
Of course not. I pity them, I suppose.
Did you pity Mr. Dubois' family? Did Mrs. Carson come to you about Alex Dubois? Did she know something was going to happen?
Nobody could have known this would happen.
Did she suspect something was wrong?
Scarlett's a cynical person. That's a part of who she is.
I have to say, I find you to be a particularly evasive person, Mr. Bowman.
Look, if you want to ask me if I had anything to do with it, then bloody ask. Everything else is, quite frankly, asinine. Yes, I was close to Scarlett. Yes, I knew her husband. No, we didn't see eye to eye on many things. And she probably blames me every day of her life for things that were out of both of our control. So, if you're going to ask me, then just ask. Ask me if I had something to do with it.
There we go. We got something. We got him, boys. Okay, now unfortunately, I still don't have the fuse box fixed for that one room, which means I can't get into the printers. I can't print anything. He's just playing away on his harmonica up there, and I've got 17 minutes to go. I'm gonna have to do another reset. God damn it. Let me see if there's anything in one of these lockers. Hello! So I got a locker in there with a key. This is the men's locker room, as you would expect. Just really appreciate it if anybody fixed the fuse in the printer room. It would be very greatly appreciated. God, how did I get into the... I think it was upstairs. Oh shit. We're just hanging around up here, okay? That's cool too. That means his office is empty, doesn't it? Let's go down to the basement. See what's going on in his security view in the car that's down there. He's been hanging out there for like 30 minutes. So in the back half of the hour, I'll have some time to get over there and take a look at his shit. Okay, I want probably Chance Crows.
Floppy disk detected. Attention. Floppy disk corrupted. Floppy disk attention. Floppy disk corrupted.
Yeah, I'm aware, thanks.
To amend corrupted disks.
Okay, what do we got in here? Nothing. But there's a tape. Bowman interview number 4, huh? Okay, well I gotta... Guess I'm getting out of the car now. Oh, this is his car.
Floppy disk attention. Floppy disk attention.
Okay,
Use data doctor.
I think there's a tape player in here, yeah. Wait. Oh, I have 2 copies of number 4, okay.
Mrs. Carson tells me that she did talk to you about Alex Dubois. That he'd come to her on
Good to know. Okay, if I'm gonna reset, I need to at least figure out how to get into the print room so I can print stuff now. And also change the fuse on that office. Okay, fuse room is in there. Doesn't seem to be any way into there. Not from this side, at least. Only way to get in there would have to be through the upper areas. Charles Bowman's car isn't a big help to me right now. Ah, so this is the back way to get into this office. Got it. And there's a fax machine if I could get into anything. Okay. Okay, how do I... Nope. How do I get into this fucking... Like, I can see the thing right there. Can I just... Meeting. Got it. Oh! Right, I put them both down in here, didn't I? Take this one first. Ah, boy. Oh god, that was my wrist. That was loud. Okay, so put that one in. I can sit down on the settee if I want to. Hello, Norse Nerd Gaming. What is up with... Oh god, I've got 9 minutes to get this data. This is not going to go well for me. At least I finally figured it out. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking book it. I got some spy work to get done. Yeah, it's not going great for me. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's insert this one first. Token goes there. And I want to print out DSC. Alright, take that out. And swap it for this disc. Token in. Print the risk assessment. Oh, gotta pick that up first. There's nothing in the tray. Turn my token. There we go. Don't know why that took so much to do. I don't. It's true. And also, I don't have to carry about if they get deleted. There we go. So I'm just gonna pick that up. Alright, what's left on my itinerary here? I gotta fax that over to somebody. The detective's office. Oh, Steve just came out. How nice. How about that? Hey. Hey Steve, how you doing?
Hello.
Oh, Chance Crow. I have 6 minutes.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What the hell are you doing in here? One chance. Get out. Okay. Thanks. Alright. Thanks. Mr. Miller?
Yeah? Alright, DSC. God, it's so slow. Alright, document has been faxed. Fax arrived. Give me a min. Alright, so I have 5 minutes. Got 5 minutes to see if I can get this thing fixed. Turn this thing off. If I don't do it in 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to make a mad dash through the... I'm gonna have to restart and make a mad dash through the game to see if I can get back to fax machine. Okay, I think I have all my leads for this one. I think that was it. I think I might be done. I think I might have done it. Well, I mean, I guess I don't need to fix anything now, but I think... Like, hold on a second. Let me check something here. I did it! I completed the meta center. Holy shit! I didn't think I was gonna make it. But yeah, I thought I might need to restart it because I messed up with the, with printing, and I didn't think I would have enough time to get one of the leads going for the DSC stuff, but hey.
Hello, Mr. Miller.
Yes, hi.
Right on time.
Right on time indeed. Can I have a seat? Chance a sandwich, hands off.
Mr. Miller.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a seat here, but I can't.
Mr. Miller.
Yeah, I guess I gotta wait out here for another... There we go. Thank you.
I don't know why you want to talk to me, but I've been told I have to accommodate you. I do hope you have something interesting to ask.
Oh.
This is
I
Miss
do.
Allison Whitworth. I'll be translating for you if you have any questions for her.
Oh, she's deaf. Okay.
Should we just get on with it?
Yeah, let's. Let's see. Silhouette. What is Silhouette?
It's a piece of software. We call it Digital Shadow Casting. DSC for short. Silhouette is its working title. Sorry, I know not everybody talks nerd, but do you understand technology, or you want me to elaborate a little?
Is it a... Is Silhouette a surveillance software?
Sure. It installs a background OS that copies any and all information used on a computer. After a certain amount of data is gathered, or after a certain time, the data is packaged and sent to the Silhouette server in the basement, where we collate and serialize the data however we'd like. We have an algorithm that can highlight pertinent tagged matches, commerce, economics, political values, home living, etc. We sort it all and then macroanalyze the nation's preferences. It's pretty amazing, really.
That's terrifying.
We're the first company to make use of the tech.
It's... Is it a rootkit? No, because it installs an OS. It's not a back door into the program computer. It is just copying over the computer. That is Big Brother all over the place.
What did you think we did here? I mean, really, it's all written in black and white. The Union Act, Mr. Miller. The country is about to vote it in. Well, yeah, part of it, sure. You'd have to read the Union Act for yourself. I'm not a lawyer or a politician, Mr. Miller. It's not something I'm happy getting into.
Do you agree with what you do? This is... What?
It's all legal. The Union Act is a contract. If people want it, they vote for it. Other than that, I just do my job and try to keep my head down.
Hold on. Hold on a second. When did this game come out? This game came out early last year, March 2019. I feel like this may have been a little commentary-ish.
How so?
The public aren't protesting about information.
That's because they're focused on immigration. They really shouldn't be.
How are the two things linked?
I mean, we gather information on people in the system. If they're not a part of the system, if they don't have a national insurance number, there's nothing to gather. It's just common sense. You can't crunch the data if you can't gather it.
So...
But the act is so much bigger than that. You read the news and everyone thinks we're... The immigrant problem is just a small byproduct of the act. Processing data is what it's really all about. And the silhouette is how we do that. Trust the news to completely miss the point.
Yeah! Okay. So it's not that it's against immigrants, it's against people that they can't gather information on because they're off the grid. They're out of the system. That is hyper illegal. I'm pretty sure. That is, I mean, you vote it into law, it becomes legal, but like that is an incredible breach of user protection, data protection stuff.
That's a very crude way of putting it. But that's the basic idea, sure. We're not getting away with anything. We're doing our jobs. Speaking for myself, I'm not here to school the mob outside on what I do for a living. I see them every day, screaming, shouting, hurling objects at my staff. They can't be reasoned with. They can't be made to understand because they've already made up their minds. And the newspapers haven't cottoned on either. It's not my fault. And it sure as hell is not my problem.
I get his point of view. He is kind of like, I don't care, it's my job, I'm just doing it. I understand his point of view here, but it doesn't make him less of an asshole about it.
I'm saying I'm not responsible. That's very different. Now, should we move on? I'm not sure if that's a question or...
You see, the paper was scared. What of?
People are scared of things they don't understand. That's all. I think the key thing to take from this is that if you want to make the country better, then you can't be frightened to offend a few minorities. That's the best way I can put it.
Weird flex, but okay.
What doesn't offend them?
What does?
The most common thing I hear is that people are going to be kicked out of the country. Now, I can't help that from happening, so I try to avoid letting it affect my work. But I hear it over and over, like no one wants to admit the border control problem. Let me put it like this. You leave your window open in your house one summer's day and a whole bunch of flies come in. You try to remove them, but the flies are coming in faster than you can get them out. Do you want to keep trying to catch the flies, Mr. Miller? Or do you perhaps want to think about shutting the window?
Yeah, that definition is more than a little worrying.
I shouldn't have expected you to understand, Mr. Miller.
Like, fucking, oof, man, oof.
What's Bowman's role in all of this? Or what's Bowman like as a person? That's what you really want to ask, right?
Why don't you give me an overview, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to get into details, but he's basically the commander-in-chief. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening. All of the software, all of the Union Ag promotion, It all starts here. Charles Bowman created all of it.
Thought Michael Carson started with him. Then his name's in the title.
Well, yeah, sure, but I don't want to talk about that. After. Well, he died in the explosion. I'm sure you know all of this.
No, he didn't. He died after.
But Bowman was the one who really held it all together. His company's grown exponentially since he took over, and we're all grateful.
You knew Michael well?
Well, enough not to want to tarnish his memory, Mr. Miller. Next question.
Do you like the way the company is run now?
I do. I'm basically second in command now, so I have a lot of responsibilities. The company has a more singular set of goals now, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
Do you share his views?
About the company? Sure. I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't, would I?
I have to ask you then, do you consider yourself a racist? That's a weird line to drop in an interview.
Excuse me, Mr. Miller. What the hell are you talking about? That's an extraordinarily offensive thing to ask.
It is, yes.
Not to mention out of left field.
Yeah.
Nobody here is a racist. Where the hell did you get off asking something like that?
I heard Charles Bowman confirm it in... He did not confirm it, though. He was coy about it, sure, but he didn't confirm it.
Well, that's the first I've heard of it. But if that's what he said, then he spared us from having to hear it. Until now, anyway. I feel you can guess my stance on the matter. Out of interest, who's made that accusation?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't or won't?
Has Alison Whitworth heard anything?
You know what? I actually do want to find out the answer to that.
I want to know. I don't know sign language. I want to know how accurate that was.
I'm not comfortable continuing this line of questioning, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I just want to know if it actually is accurate. Like, are they actually saying like, have you heard anything about whoever? I'm sorry, I thought Charles Bowman would have told you.
Well, I'm sure he's got a very good reason for keeping it to himself. The company's policies are complex. I wouldn't expect you to get it. You're writing this for your book or report or whatever, right?
Yeah. Right? That would be interesting.
I want this part of the meeting stricken from the record, please.
I'll see what I can do. What can you tell me about the explosion?
About the explosion? Well, pretty much what everyone else knows about it. I don't really know what you want me to say. You must know everything that I do.
Were you there? Where were you when it happened?
I was having a smoke in the courtyard. Luckily, I wasn't close enough to the blast, but I saw the whole thing.
Okay, where was Allison?
Probably in her office.
Could you ask? Is he giving me the stink eye?
room 105. Anything else, Mr. Miller?
What happened here the day after the attack?
Well, nothing. We weren't allowed back into the premises for over a week. Even then, only a handful of us were here to make sure things carried on running. The police were still here, and a detective was snooping around. I couldn't do anything without someone watching over me, or telling me to log what I was doing. Whatever they found, they didn't share it with me. I read it in the paper like everyone else.
What do you think caused the explosion?
Some kind of bomb, I guess, on the gas lines. At least that's what the news said. We have a report of the official findings downstairs somewhere.
Does Allison know?
Don't you believe me?
Could you just ask, please? Jeez, he's just going through these cigarettes. Wait. Wait, do you... Is that a giant... No, that's got to be a marker, right? I thought it was a giant cigarette there.
Yeah. Basically the gas line.
She said far more than that, Mr. Crow.
She says he wrote some kind of code that overheated the servers, she thinks. He was a talented coder, much as I hate to admit it. He found out that the servers were close to a gas line that came from an external propane store and, well, you know the rest.
Alex Dubois didn't overheat the servers.
What? Where did you get that? I thought the police had taken all of the archive data for their investigation. So, the servers had been overheating for almost a year. How was this a thing without me knowing about it?
It was Alex's Dubois server and his responsibility.
Right. So, couldn't he have been making them overheat for nearly a year? Isn't that the same thing? He wrote some bad code and waited it out.
Except he wouldn't have had...
I don't see how that's any different.
He wouldn't have had motive,
Either way,
though.
Alex found a way to blow up the servers and get vengeance for his family.
He had no motive a year ago. His family were fine then. Exactly. The servers had been overheating for a year, and for whatever reason, there wasn't safety stuff in the way.
Ah. Okay. I see your point. So, then maybe he... I can't wrap my head around this. I know Alex did it, so this must be some kind of... I don't know.
People want to believe Alex Dubois did it.
A moment ago, you were probably wondering if I did it, weren't you? Look, I can't talk for anyone else, but I don't know what to say. This changes a few things.
Propane and propane
You're
servers.
just trying to catch me out. Or do you actually care about this, Mr. Miller?
Tell Allison Whitworth thank you for that. Who created the DSC?
Well, we did. Right here. A bunch of people from around the facility had a hand in it, actually. So, it's a bit of a team effort. Some of them from this department.
Can you tell me specifically?
Sorry, no. I can answer anything about myself, but I prefer not to get into that, if you don't mind. Would you like to know about the transparency policy we have regarding the attack? We're showing friends and family of the deceased around the accident site to help ease the public's mind.
Sounds good, dude. Have fun with your stream. Do you know who worked on it?
Mr. Miller, please, could you just drop it? I'm not getting pulled into a topic which, frankly, isn't of any importance.
Alex Dubois was the author of Silhouette.
Where did you hear that?
I saw it on a DSC printout.
Well, if you knew that already, why the hell are you asking me?
To see what you'd say. I wanted to know if you knew.
Yeah, it was Alex's pet project. So what? I don't see what that has to do with anything. He came up with a bunch of software here. We all do. I don't know where you're going with this.
You don't want that to be public knowledge, do you?
And why is that?
Why is that?
What is it you think you know? You seem to have it all figured out.
You don't want your software linked with this assist. It's not a terrorist attack. You can say it was an accident. Not that hard. You can say tragic accident due to safety issues or safety failure. Bada bing, bada boom. Problem solved. I don't understand where they're going with like this cover up that having it be a terrorist attack was easier. It is taking a while.
You're right. Of course, you're right.
Part of it was also linked to the previous interview
software
too.
Is going to revolutionize the country one day. We can't let Alex Dubois' tarnished name prevent that from happening. Do you think people would vote the Union Act in if they knew that he was a major player in its development?
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's what it is. You can't say it's an accident because part of the Union Act involves strict immigration control. And if an immigrant is in control of it, or a part of it, then you can't enact it because people say, what's up with that? But if you frame the accident as a terrorist attack by a disgruntled immigrant employee, then you have even more fuel to keep your project going. Makes sense. Questions answered.
No. What does it change? Software is software.
Seems a little cloak and dagger to me.
I can live with it.
Excuse me, Mr. Crow. I need to have a word with you.
Can it wait, Dan? I'm in the middle of something here.
I'm aware of that. That's what I want to talk to you about.
Right. Why are you here?
As I said, there's an ongoing investigation. I feel I've made it clear that we expect a certain level of decency. Damn it. I got things to do. I'll try to look past stuff as we can. Okay. Start. Okay, security it is. Thank you.
Right. It's come to my attention that you may have been collecting sensitive information in that briefcase of yours. I'm gonna need you to hand them over, please. I'm gonna pass them along to Charles Bowman, and when or if you have your meeting, he can decide what he wants to do with them.
Steve, please take Mr. Miller's belongings over to Mr. Bowman's office.
Sorry about this.
Oh, and we'll also need that dossier of yours. Right. Well, Mr. Miller, it seems as though this meeting is over. I'll look forward to hearing what Charles Bowman has to say about what you've been up to. Get him out of my sight.
Right, Mr. Miller. Let's go.
Keep it down, Charles. You wake the children.
I don't see what you're going to achieve by keeping your share. Why not just sign it over to me? We both want the same thing here.
We don't want the same thing, though, do we? You don't mind if hundreds of people lose their home in the process?
Yes.
No, there's no grey here. There's a very clear answer.
I don't believe that.
Charles, voice.
I don't believe that. What are you going to do when there are protests calling for this company's dismantling? What will you do then? Oh, maybe you always wanted this to fail. You're risking jeopardizing all of Michael's work. You always resented him for working such long hours. If he wasn't trying to get the changes you wanted in, then he'd probably still be here. Look.
Get out.
He wants majority control. Also, I got an achievement here. Let me just check what that is real quick. Busted. Oh no, that's just part of the story, I think. Whitworth Gardens. 17 at 57. 1 hour and 22 minutes remain. I think that is just part of the story, though. Let's see. Don't really have anywhere to go. But yeah, like, the achievement makes me think that it is not tied to, like, my sneaking skill, because I didn't get caught. Like, if there was something like that, that would be crazy, where you could actually change the story a bit based on how well you snuck through it. But I don't think that's the case. I have a feeling that in this situation, it is just part of the story. That's how the game goes. At this point, you lose all your stuff, and you have to figure out what to do from there. Okay. I'll just take that, because why not? Take those. Postcard. Welcome to Turing. Nothing on the back. Huh. Why can't I open it all the way? Okay, well, ooh, what's this? Cassette tape. Or cassette case. There we go. I don't know why that was stuck like that. Okay, nothing in this pigeon coop. Got nothing here. Ooh, another token, though. I'll take that. I didn't even realize I can use the button to just click it and open the doors. I've been doing it manually this entire time. Where do I go from here? Something's gonna pop in a bit, I'm guessing. Kind of locked here. I don't even have my itinerary. I can't even see where I'm supposed to be going next or what time. Man, Slender Man was a thing. Oh, phone call. I never asked him about everything, did I?
Mr. Miller, it's Scarlett Carson. Don't talk, just listen. We've not got much time. Get yourself into the IPA building. Something I want you to see. I'll explain more when you're in.
Okay, I want to say this is the IPA building, right? Yeah, it is. I just realized I never got to ask him about the Carla answering machine thing, which was the very last question I had on my itinerary or my dossier. Ah. That's unfortunate. Maybe it was a timing thing? Maybe I took too long in the interview or something? I don't know. The IPA, 1759. The truth about Alex Dubois.
Hello, Mr. Miller. You may have guessed already, but I've been following your investigation throughout the day. I wanted to get in touch sooner, but I could never find the right moment.
Oh, this is the... Wait, this is the art gallery? Locate Alex Dubois interview form. Can I get in here? No, I don't have a card. Can I skip over the edge here? Yeah, I sure can. Oh, got a flashlight. Holden log.
Detective Holden, the time is 5:30 p.m. on June 17th, 1987. They say Alex Dubois entered through here on the night of the 10th of April. Daniel Hilburn informed me that security was busy locking up in the Bowman building for the night, so he had the building to himself. Alex's claim is that he can prove he wasn't using his keycard in the building that night, and that he was there for a meeting with Sarah Smith, the head of the IPA. If I can locate the record, that at least gives me a bit of evidence to work with. Alex claims that Dan always keeps a copy of the safe code written on the back of a coupon for gardening equipment close by to his desk, so
1982.
let's see, shall we? Ah, yes, this is something.
Note.
Okay, I've located the document and will fax it. Now I should probably place this back where I found it.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll take it. Allison Whitworth. Well, I got her ID card, so that's something. Thanks, Detective Holden. Is this openable? No. Can't get through here. I can't get through here.
No floppy disks detected.
I'm sure you've heard enough about Alex Dubois by now. I saw him earlier that evening. He erratic. He wasn't doing himself any favors. It was far too believable that he could have done it.
Floppy disks detected.
I hate to admit it, but even I wondered whether Alex was capable of doing something like that.
Huh. Okay, what's next? Ah, fuse boxes. Doesn't get me through here, unfortunately. Actually, it doesn't get me anywhere. You're Harvey Miller, 1730.
Detective Holden, the time is 6:45 a.m. on June 20th. Something was troubling me last night, so I wanted to get an early start. I interviewed Alison Whitworth yesterday, and it seems as though something was being held back. We were communicating through Charles who I have yet to interview. However, from her posture and hesitant
Take real...
it seems as though the full story wasn't quite being told. This led me back to her office at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'd better be right on this one.
Well, what's this? Okay, same note as before, it looks like. I want this one. Where is that thing? It was in here, right? Yes.
No floppy disks detected.
Okay, before I go any further, I have another tape here to play.
Detective Holden, the time is 9:23 a.m. on June 20th. I've spent the last few hours looking at all of her work, and at a glance, it looks like a repair shop, but she's actually a talented inventor. It really is fascinating stuff. Something that caught my eye, though, is that it seems she's been working on an algorithm with Vicky Edmonds in the Bowman building for the Silhouette software, which could prevent overheating.
Ooh.
This, of course, was a large contributing factor in the explosion caused on the 10th of April 1987.
No floppy disks detected.
Something... This is going to come down to something very small and petty, isn't it?
You have to believe me, Mr. Miller. If I'd known, I would never have taken his ID card that night. I needed it to finish up some work, and I'd misplaced mine. Technically against company policy, but I didn't think he'd mind. But once the information got out there, that he'd been logged where he shouldn't have been, and once the papers had their narrative established, it didn't matter. None of it mattered. No evidence anyone could have provided could have changed it.
Immigrant processing. Let's see, I can't get into here, right? Yeah. Why is this building so derelict? It looks like a riot broke out in this building and it's just been condemned ever since. What room was she in again? 105 on the day of the explosion? (201) stockroom. How do I turn this flashlight off? Can I not? This is kind of cool. Let's see, 201. Nice.
Detective Holden, 10:42 a.m. on June 20th. I promised myself I wouldn't get involved with the politics here, but it's impossible
File
not to
code,
let it affect you.
card, file cabinet in card
Names,
coding machine.
Numbers, all written down. Just thousands of people's futures decided by this one company. How are they allowed so much control with... Anyway, I'm here to locate Alex Dubois' file. I was told it could be found in filing cabinet HG02, row 10. I can't see anything in here. Let's get a bit of light on the situation. Okay, I have the documented information. I believe I just need to compile the code on the large machine in the corner of the room. So, here goes.
Is this the stock room? It was. Okay, how do I code desk slot? There it is. How do I do this? What do I do now? Goes in the red thing, which is going through that way, I guess. I don't know where to go from here, so I have to assume that I have to go through that. Bowman
The
Carson.
devastation it caused. The political unrest. People are heartbroken and angry about how it's all unfolding. Rightly so, in my mind. They deserve answers. Are you with me? Both believe this act can't see the light of day.
Boy, can't it.
This just goes to show how important the work you're doing is.
Okay, I think I have to go the other way, maybe? That way's an exit. That's not going to help me right now, but I can't get in here. Keep the people, chuck the policy. Oh, I forgot to play it.
Holden at 10 p.m. on June 25th.
Use pneumatic tube by day doctor and sent to
I think
deportation
I've
room.
just about figured it out.
Location 300.
The issue is that each time I copy a file onto the disk, the contents become corrupted whilst going through the data wipe gates. Meaning I have to go back and copy the files again. The location is 300. I've got my first scheduled meeting with Scarlett Carson in an hour, so if I'm going to get over to her house, I'd better leave now. I'll make a note to inquire about this Silhouette server in the hopes that I can somehow connect the missing pieces.
Okay. Guess I gotta close the door first. And whoop, there it goes. Alright, and this is room 182 in case I need to take it back here.
No floppy disks detected.
I feel like this is tutorial information I probably should have had earlier on. Like, all this information about, like, oh, if you go through the gate with the floppy disk, it'll wipe it. But if you send it through the pneumatic tubes, you won't. The detective was doing a lot of work in the background, though. Seems like it. She had her own suspicion.
Whole family. No, I had no involvement in their deportation. It was all Charles Bowman's doing. How he didn't think Alex would find out is beyond me. Banning people from the country, for God's sake. I just couldn't go along with it anymore. I lost a lot that night. So I can relate to what Alex was going through.
Yeah, those pneumatic tubes have always been there. It's just, for the most part, there was never really too much of a use for them. Because I could, like me personally, I could always just sneak through another way to get the data out. Or there wasn't, like, too much in the way to begin with. But yeah, those tubes have totally always been there if you want to just, like, sit in one room and pneumatic tube things everywhere. Oh, there's a way through. Deportation office. This is room 300, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Let me just peek back here real quick first, though. Gonna have to go out there in a minute, I'm guessing. But yeah, part of the game's design was just built so that there's always options for you to take. There's always like a dozen different ways for you to get what you want.
There should be a disk named Silhouette. If you insert it into the server and clear the records, anyone who has private information on the IPA server will be removed.
There's the Dubois family.
You'll be saving Harvey. We have the chance to save a lot of people. You might not get another shot at this. You only have one chance before security come and find you there.
Sarah Smith has some software in her office that prevents the server from overheating. I should look into this. That's the deportation list. It's Union 1. Can I... Hold on a second. If I do this, it's going to be the exact same result, isn't it? It said Sarah Smith's office, right? But I don't know which one that is. Nothing here. Sarah Smith office.
Harvey, if you compile the algorithm onto the software, there's no going back. You won't be able to erase the records and remove the private information being held on the IPA server. Is that what you want?
Hmm.
Detective Holden, 2:12 p.m. on June 25th. I've spent the past week trying to access the Silhouette server. I've not been able to schedule a meeting with Sarah Smith as she's away on maternity leave, so I'm left to my own devices on this one. Interesting.
Interesting indeed. I see. So those are my two options. If I make it... I can make it stable right now. By overwriting the disk that I was given. Yeah, so my options are I can either use the disk that I was given here. Wait a second, how do I get in there? There has to be a third way. There has to be another way, right? Like, my options are either... I either insert the disk, IP meeting room, Sarah Smith's office, stock room, but how do I get in there? I'm trying to figure this out, because right now, if I run it, it's going to probably blow up the servers again. But if I use the other one, then everyone immigrating gets screwed up. Of course, in here, there is another exit, but I don't know how to get in there. I'd need a red key card, which I don't have from anywhere, unless there's one in the office. She does have clearance for that level. I can see it.
You have no new messages.
Okay. Don't know what to do. No, the cooling stuff is for the cooling stuff was for the bigger servers that were in the basement. It's not for this server. I'm gonna try this. Oh, it's locked. I can't back out anymore, actually. I'm stuck. Well, I guess that's that.
Harvey, you did it. You have no idea. I was right about you. I knew you'd do the right thing.
Steve, I've had a security alert. I've paged you the location.
There we go. Okay, well, I think that thing's gonna catch on fire. Is what I think is gonna happen. Michael Carson's office.
It changes nothing. What happened, happened. And thankfully, you removed the last remaining evidence that could tie anything back to me. The silhouette disc. So, I appreciate your help with that. Sorry, Harvey. I must go. You only have 30 minutes. Come and see me after your meeting. I'll explain everything.
Huh. Where is she? Oh, she's just got cameras all over that building. Okay. Auto distribute script, huh? Interesting. Has she been doing this to cover her own ass or what? What's going on? There's Bowman.
Oh, Charles. What are you doing here?
She's gonna get shot.
Please sit down, Scarlett.
Charles? Oh, wait. Where's... No. No, you wouldn't. What the hell have you done?
Scarlett, please, sit down.
Sit down! Do you think taking my children's going to stop me?
Stop you from doing what exactly?
Where did you take them?
This is far more important right now.
More important
We
than...
need stability. The country needs stability, and this act provides that. Work with me.
This country needs its freedom. Michael wouldn't have agreed to this. He's the one that started this act, and he did it...
Michael is dead.
Wasn't this the opening?
This country's a far different place than it was 3 years ago, Scarlet. There's rioting in the streets, for God's sake. We need tighter security now more than ever. People on our doorstep want to hurt us. I can't allow that.
That's not your decision to make. The people need to know that their government is lying to them, and you can't threaten me into silence on this.
You can't see this right now, but you don't have another choice here.
Charles?
Open the file.
Why is Bowman here instead of where I'm meeting him? Because now we have a time frame. This is the same time. Your progress has just been saved. Oh, thanks. I wanted to do that differently, but I couldn't. The IPA. Oh, huh?
Am I going crazy or is someone in here? Come out if you're in here. If I find anyone in here, there's gonna be trouble.
How do I get out of here?
Is someone in here?
Thank God he's dumb. Okay, how do I get out of here? I must go up the stairs, right?
Is anyone here?
Has to be up the stairs, right? I guess I can't get through there. Isn't this the same way that I went with Scarlet? Maybe no, because I got caught. But she was going out the sewers too. Home building meta center. Guess I'm heading to the Bowman building. There's the riots. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Miller. You have a meeting with Charles Bowman on floor 3. I'm sure you know the drill by now. That'll be all.
Sounds like a plan. Use the password payon1 that Allison Whitworth gave me on the Silhouette server on the top floor. Let's see, this is floor 2. Floor 3, this is 201.
Harvey, we've lost everything.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what the plan should be now. You're in the building where they house all the information, right? Do you remember in our reports, it mentioned that Scarlett Carson was trying to steal the information on the night of the 10th of April? I mean, we could try and do the same? It's putting ourselves at a bit of a risk, but what do we have to lose at this point? We're just gonna have to copy all the files we can and sort through all the data to hopefully salvage our report that way. Maybe even use it as a bargaining chip with Charles Bowman. If we can't question Charles Bowman, you're gonna have to go to Scarlett Carson's house to get her side of the story and complete the report.
Can do, Chief. Okay, there's one of 3 collected, huh? 1987. PC and Braille storage box, the old one. If you're lucky, it'll teach you how to play Fraction. No power, huh? Looks like the circuit breaker's off for this.
Please enter PIN. Code denied.
Worth a shot. Okay. It's just some paper. Nothing really important. How do I get up there, though? That's what I want to know. Can I... Like... No. Also, how do I get up a floor? Oh, like this.
No floppy disks detected.
Corridor stockroom. Pretty sure this is the stockroom. Huh. Yeah, this is definitely the stockroom. So how do I get in here? Place card C in the code compiler computer to activate sequence. Ah, crap.
I've had a security alert. I've paged you the location.
No floppy disks detected.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I've got 30 minutes. Huh. What?
Hello?
I like how they have clocks everywhere, just so you can tell. There's real B. This one is going to be complicated, I can tell. I've got a 30-minute clock. Mr. Napper, 0501. Code is 0001. Oh no, I need the data reel. Do I not have my fucking... I don't. Damn it. There's data recovery.
No floppy disks detected.
Oh, damn it.
Mr. Miller, there's a lot of sensitive
No
information
floppy
in here.
disks detected.
Okay, so I need to... I'm going to restart this one. This one's a little iffy. I don't know what to do with this, really. I got a 30-minute clock. I have all this other stuff going on. This one's complicated. Tell you what, I've been going for 2.5 hours already. I am going to come back to this again next week. Finish it off this time for real. And, this game's real complicated. I knew there was going to be another level after that one, but I wasn't expecting there to be that big intermission level, and also I wasn't expecting the levels to be that complex every time. So, that is where I'm going to leave it for this week. I'm real disappointed I didn't get a chance to ask about the answering machine thing from Chance Crow there. I guess I spent too long asking wrong questions. So yeah, that's enough out of me for today. Thanks as always for watching. This game is really super interesting. And I can see all like the other ways I can do stuff. Like I accidentally did a whole bunch of extra ways in the last level where I was like, okay, I'll try doing this. Oh no, that's not quite the same path I was doing before. Apparently, I guess you can actually get to that safe and unlock it without having it fall all the way to the bottom floor. So that's a thing. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the game with me. I am going to do a little bit of cheeky raid. And I will see you next time.